Hi. Welcome back to the miniature mic monologue. Guys, I don't know why I pick such weird positions to sit in. It has been hard for me to podcast and to keep podcasting because I'm going through a period in my life that requires me to make some decisions that I don't know what they are yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, I am deciding on things that I'm going to be doing, that I will do for maybe a really long time. And I today feel like I'm just now realizing how much my life has changed because the things that I enjoy, for like the most part, they've stayed the same. But I think I'm only realizing now some of the things that had begun to change in me probably when I started going to college, now that I think about it. Um, because it's kind of like you don't know what change is coming for you when you leave home for college for the first time until you come back home from college for the first time, and you desperately want everything to be the same, but you are so overwhelmingly aware that it's not and it won't be the same. And in a lot of ways, that is good. Like, that's what I wanted. I wanted to be an adult. Like my mom said, I used to talk about it all the time. And I'll never forget this one time I was cooking in San Jose in my apartment there. And I called my mom to show her what I cooked and like get her to rate it for me, like if I did the process right. I don't know what I was making, but I called her and asked her to do that and whatever. And she just started smiling and looking at me. And I was like, what? And she was like, I just can't believe now you're an adult, a young adult, like living in your own apartment and cooking for yourself. And she was like, you used to say you wanted to do this so bad all the time, and now you're doing it. And I'm like, one, that's wild because I don't remember ever saying that, but it does sound very me. And I have had a hard time vlogging. I've had a hard time figuring out how to do life recently because my life is changing, and it's not like I'm being intentionally aloof because I know something is happening and I'm keeping it private from you. No, I don't know what's happening. I don't know what is changing. I don't know what I'm going to end up deciding, but it's very obvious because the way that I enjoy my life now is entirely different than what I was doing a year ago, 6 months ago, and I'm so different, and I am just doing my best to figure out what I like to do and how to enjoy my life when I don't know what I'm gonna be doing next. Because I don't know. I just knew what I needed when I was going to college. And maybe that's because I had gone to school for such a long time. And now that I actually had the freedom by not having classes from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. And then practice right after or something like that, I just was happy to do what was in front of me. Does that make any sense? But now I feel like I don't really know what's in front of me. And so, like, a lot of what I've been doing and learning how to enjoy my life now is nothing. And I I'm not gonna lie to you, for most of this year I've been very stressed out, and sometimes not consciously, subconsciously, which is worse. And I went on a walk, not yesterday, but the day before, and I did not want to go on the walk because I knew something was off internally, and I was like, I don't really know if I want to know what is wrong right now, because I don't know if I can handle what it is. And once I walked a little bit, was aware of my surroundings and just kind of settled into walking in the neighborhood, I started crying, like pretty. I wouldn't say it was hard, but it was definitely kind of intense. And it's low key always been hard for me to cry. I don't know. I don't know why. Um, but this year I've cried a lot, like a lot for me. In total, how many times have I cried this year? Maybe 7 or 8, but that's a lot for me. In the past, if somebody asked me if I cried, or if I was telling someone I cried, I meant I shed like 1 or 2 tears, and heavy on the or, because it was usually just one. But I was like crying. And a lot of times, excuse me, a lot of times I can't cry. Like, I don't know what the meaning is behind that, but the point is, I just am like, I'm in a place where I don't know. And for that reason, I feel like I am having to sit in that and allow myself to realize all the places before where maybe I thought I was a little bit more secure, um, and have to enjoy, or I guess rather like endure not knowing with a sense of normalcy, because it really wasn't normal to not know when I was going to college, because like on a travel week we have an itinerary the Sunday before. You know what I'm saying? The week starts, um or the Sunday of that week, so we know what time, when, where, how, and who. And it's like everything is laid out for you. You have class this time, blah, 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 blah. So like you're searching for free time, if that makes sense, or scheduling um your free time around your non-free time so that you can be good in your non-free time, um if that makes sense. But now it's like my schedule is literally the opposite. Like there's so much to not do. And I figured that I would want to do what I had been doing, like go out and read and like hang out with a friend, or go make the most, or get super dressed up, or like all of those things that I really, really enjoyed doing, like not even a year ago. But right now I can't even, like, not in a way that's like, ugh, or even like, ugh. It's just like I can't go to a place that I don't know yet. And I don't know, maybe part of me was doing that out of like fear, because I've talked about how real fear is in my life, and how I've worked a really long time and worked really hard to not, be ruled by it. But like now, because I just thought to myself, I'm like, I haven't done anything like I feel like I used to, or like I don't even have desires. Like reading is a good example, because I do not want to read, and I hate it. I don't know why. I know I love reading. I know if I picked up like a Barry McFarlane book, or if I kept reading um the book I'm currently reading, like, yeah, I would get back into it, but I know it would just, like, after a couple days, just, you know what I'm saying? And so I am trying to just, I don't even know what I'm trying to do, but I'm not trying to know what I'm trying to do. And it's allowing me to be happy. Does that make sense? I feel like I am really talking about like learning how to enjoy my life in a kind of melodramatic way, and it doesn't seem like I'm enjoying my life. And I am, but it's just very different. And like when I say learning, I feel like I'm at the beginning stages of uncovering right now who I'm going to become. It's like the notice stage. It's not really the developmental stage. Um, and the world is so drastically different from when I was a kid. And so some of the things that I wanted when I was a kid, I want nothing to do with now. And I think we have really strong senses of attachment as children. At least I did, to the things that I knew and were familiar. And now I feel like it's the exact opposite as an adult. And I feel like that is an unfortunate um, reality that a lot of young adults my age have to adjust to. You know what I'm saying? Like, there are very few places where we can go and attach ourselves and not risk being um, capsized by what we attach ourselves to, you know? And it's so odd, you know what I'm saying? And it's so sad that is the truth. And I just wish I had more to explain or more to say about like what I'm doing to enjoy my life. I can tell you what I have been doing. Eating like a freaking, oh, I did not eat this much when I was playing. And I'm also eating more and I'm skinnier now. How? Actually, how? Anyways, eating a lot, it's great. Unfortunately, today I discovered something that I had been consuming for the past 2 weeks had really bad additives in it. Oh, oh. Anyways, I've been drinking a lot of tea recently because I'm on my period, and there is this Chinese medicine concept of like keeping your body warm. It works freakishly well. Like today is day 2 of my period. I barely bled. I literally have been. Oh my gosh, that reminds me. I need to take my Zyrtec. Um. Anyways, but what I've been doing that I've been absolutely loving and adoring, I'll tell you. It's called watching Korean and Chinese dramas. I'm obsessed. They're so fun. They're so fun. I have yet to come into contact with a K trauma. I'm trying to avoid it. I don't want to do that. I don't want to cry. I have already cried this year, more than I ever have in my entire adult lifetime in 1 year. Okay, I do not want to. I'm not. No, no, no. Um, Perfect Crown came out today, episode 11. Episode 2 comes out at midnight, but I have to be up so early tomorrow for work that I can't stay up and watch it because it's going to be an hour. Um, so I will be rushing. I'm probably going to watch it on a break that I get if I'm being so for serious. And somebody was suggesting that there's not just going to be one season of the show. And I'm like, that low-key makes sense because all of these, you know what I'm saying, things that are happening, I don't see them easily being wrapped up in another hour episode tomorrow. But like, also I kind of do, just because I've been made to believe that it's only 12 episodes. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. But it's like, okay, okay. I've also been really, what else have I been enjoying? Um, I'm so boring right now. Like, so boring. I've really started to enjoy working out again, which is nice, but I've really been focusing on my core a lot, like my abs and all that stuff. And I've been writing this list. This is what I was gonna do this weekend. This is gonna end up happening, but it's probably gonna be like 3 or 4 parts. Um, because I follow a pastor, Preston Morrison, and he was like, "You should write down 100 things you're grateful for." And I got to 25, and I got stuck. And then I got to 27, and I got stuck again. And so I stopped. And I'm gonna make a whole like episode where I talk about these things because some of them are smaller and I can just say them, but others of them I'll probably have to explain. But that's what kind of made me realize that I am going through a change, because I'm like, I low-key feel like at any other time this would have been so easy for me. You know what I'm saying? Because my first thought was to be like, dang, am I really not being grateful? Like, do I need to check myself before I get in a big fat wreck here with the Holy Spirit? And I was just like, no. Like, I don't think so. And that has been a lot of my answer recently. And it's great. You know what I'm saying? I, I, um, I think another reason I'm having to relearn how to enjoy my life is because so much of what I loved, and like obviously still do love, but loved, um 5 years ago, was centered around this very high pressure, high expectation world that is competitive sports, and specifically, D1 volleyball. And I I wanted to play college volleyball so bad. I wanted to play college volleyball so bad. And I did. I got to play it for 5 years, and I ended and had the time of my life. Like, if I think about all 5 years of college, I really was only happy in my fifth year. I endured a lot more of all my other years, and there were moments of joy, but I was happy in my fifth year. Even though, like, looking back at it now, I'm still like, oh, I still wasn't like, I didn't know some things about myself to make me feel more settled, all these things where I could have felt a little more, comfortable, blah, blah, blah. Hindsight is 2020. But what was I getting at with the pressure? Oh yeah, I have had to learn how to live without pressure. Like, I put pressure on myself on schedule when I was playing volleyball, and I didn't realize it until I would come home exhausted and try to map out this efficient AF plan of things that realistically are going to take me about 2.5 hours. I had to get it done in an hour and 15. And now I'm stressed out when I should be relaxing because I don't have anything to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? And when I first started to realize that, I was like, what are we doing right now? Like, I didn't realize how much I had relied on pressure to help me get through my life, and how it had seeped its way into my relationship with God, and how I saw myself and how I thought he thought about me, which we won't even go there again because he doesn't think, which is, God, literally my my heart. I am so glad he doesn't think. Holy freaking, oh man. And it's just making me feel so much more okay knowing that I don't ever have to do a pressurized thing in my life ever again if I want to. And it's not like this pressure was crippling. It wasn't. I just didn't realize how much rain it had. And now I'm like, oh, okay, I don't want you to have any because I don't need it. And like, I perform very well under pressure, but it's like you can perform and there's not pressure because maybe we're not performing. Right. But also like you can perform without the pressure. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just, there's such a different pace now. And so to my life and like to my understanding and view of myself and my relationship with God. And so I've been so distressed about not feeling pressure to do things right now. Literally, I've been fighting off the tendency to like get freaked out and doubt that I'm not doing enough or that I am not doing what God would have me do. And I knew it was a lie. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes lies don't just like, woo, we're gone, we're done. Sometimes they're like, mm, because like it's like similar to, I was thinking about this earlier with anxiety. Like sometimes it takes so long to unlearn all of those habits and thought patterns because anxiety has a very impactful presence and it is captivating and not in a good way. And I don't think that as a young person you are aware that you can be captivated to your demise until it happens. And so we have an anxious thought or feel that tight, uplifted, anxious feeling in our bodies, in our chest, and we hold our breath and we think that that is our thought. And so we associate the anxiety with our person. And so we have to spend so much time taking and undoing the relationship between the anxiety and oneself because for a long time I thought this is just my reaction. No, 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 no. Because I also used to think I really, really, really cared about every single article of action that I ever did. No, no. And I used to think that I would really care about every single article of action that other people were doing, especially when it was in an offense to me. I don't. Like, I am more nonchalant than I thought. And it's not because I won't check you. Like, it's not. And it's not because I'm scared, but having to undo the anxiety part and then learn that about yourself is very challenging because it makes you doubt whether or not you're like super fearing confrontation or you're just learning your conflict management style. And so that was a lot of what's going on in my head, and it made it very difficult for me to find joy when I didn't have volleyball. Like, okay, very difficult is not accurate. It's not accurate. It made it very interesting because I would wake up, eat, go to volleyball practice, come home, take a shower, watch volumetrics. Like that was what I did. And that's what I'm currently doing because like I have VM access right now, so I watch it when I want to. But I got to do something that I wanted to do when I was going to college and playing volleyball. And right now, a lot of the things that I want to do, I can't do for whatever reason. And having to enjoy the not yet, it's been an adjustment. You know what I'm saying? And so I am enjoying making adjustments, but I'm grateful that yesterday, there's this like prophetic email thing that my mom, I don't know who she found it through, but she found it and then told me about it, and I've been subscribed to it for like ever, it feels like. And yesterday was the first time I felt like, oh, that was not about me, that was to me, that was for me. And like I could breathe a little easier, but I felt like, wow, 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 that was right here, right here, right here, right here, right here, down deep in my soul. Freaking needed that, which is lovely and amazing and fantastic. And the sun is going to be out soon, so I'm really excited to start enjoying that because I will be at the beach. Hello? Like, I'm further from the beach now. It's fine. It's whatever. It's fine. I will eventually live on the beach. Don't fret. I will. But I'm going to be living at the beach basically this entire summer, and I'm so excited. Um and right now I'm just going to continue to live because there's no pressure to achieve, because one, I don't know what I want to achieve, and two, it's obviously not the season for me to be achieving things right now. So that's great. This was like, I had a direction, then I didn't, and then I kind of did. But everything I said made sense to me. I hope it made sense in the line that I tried to explain it in and keep it on. Because this is quite the surreal reality to try to wrap my head around and put into words at the same time, so that it might be comprehensible to someone and then also relatable. But I'm not in charge of all that. I do my very best. I really do. But I can't control that. You feel me? I really can't. And I'm really annoyed because my hair looks very dry right now. All right. That's it. I'm going to go because now this is 30 minutes long and I have to edit it. Thanks for coming. Thanks for listening. Ilya Millie. See you next week. Bye.